It's going to be unscripted. More so what comes to mind. It is currently 2:07 in the morning, and I'm having one of those moments where I'm more so talking to myself in my head. I've had one of those phases where I just kind of watch those aspiring motivational YouTube videos. And, you know, they do help me out a little bit, especially more recent ones I've watched, like Markiplier's uh, videos. And after seeing him release Iron Lung and that be a big success, just, I haven't really watched him, but to see where he's gone, where he started and where he is now is truly incredible. And I guess you can tell it's unscripted because I'm pausing here. I got here my old YouTube channel, which I've touched up now, and fancy little link, little description. Fancy little banner there, eh? Like that, little Spinosaur. This is part of. This has significance. It does. But got the logo and everything. I have from 6 years ago. I had these two videos for a game I used to work for, Era of Terror, on Roblox, and then I had 5 years ago when I recently started 3D modeling, and I haven't touched the channel since. There was one point before I get to that. I don't remember my thought behind posting these. I don't remember why. And I know because these were like I was in testing for the game. Point being, I want to. It's funny actually because it's gonna be kind of a little bit of a story, but I guess my whole online journey began with this game here, Era of Terror, back in 2018, I think. And I'll try to keep it short. I didn't have a PC like I do now. All I had was a school laptop, so I was like, yeah, I'll use a school laptop. So I played Roblox. I couldn't play the Isle, so I found Era of Terror. And I started playing it, and then at some point, I don't remember what it was, but I don't know what clicked, but I was like, you know what? I want to work for this game. I want to start making 3D models. So I started making 3D models. Let me grab the picture of my first ever 3D model real quick. That right there. That is what I started. Argentinosaurus. I was like, you know what? Maybe if I make a model, they'll accept it because I think they were planning a Maposaurus and Argentinosaurus update. It never happened, but it was inspiration. And I remember working on this model. I kept making it over and over. I probably made it at least 21 times before I just never really fully finished it. But from there, I just kept practicing. Tried to make my own Roblox games like anyone else, of course. And it's like, ooh, it's the next big thing. But nah. whole process and meeting people and 3D modeling just got better. And then eventually got to the point where EOT was hiring again. And I decided to apply and I got it because I made really good meshes after a certain point. Nothing like there. And then from there, I got into paleo community, got kind of branched out into that, and then Godzilla as well. And, it just kind of happened as time went on. But eventually, I did end up working for the game that I never thought I'd work for, which is incredible, by the way. Like, the fact something like that happens. Became a tester and everything, and gotta have your water. And then, I was like, you know what? People asked me, so I made the tutorial. And I'm going off of my timeline here, but then eventually after that, it was just paleo for a while. I collected a bunch of skeletals and just continued 3D modeling. Different servers I went to, got kicked out of some for embargo stuff, supposed to share or something, and met people, talked to people, good connections, and just kind of worked on adapting and improving skills where I could. And I will say now, I have kind of, I wouldn't say commitment issues, but just procrastination issues when it comes to projects. At this point, I just have so many projects I'm working on where some will just sit by for a while I work on others. So at that point, it's not really procrastination. It's just I have a lot of projects at the moment, but back then it was a lot of procrastinating. But eventually, stuff happened with EOT at a certain point, and actually, I became the lead dev underneath the owner. I still am technically right now, but I haven't touched it in a while. Because I left the paleosphere, I guess, area for a little while and ended up back up in the Jurassic Park community last summer, jumping kind of a big time skip. And this was after the Godzilla. I was in the Godzilla. I still do Godzilla. But now I'm in the Jurassic Park field. I've always loved Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park 3 especially being my favorite. And I mean, I'm kind of surprised I wasn't really into the Jurassic Park community right away. So, but point being now, water sip. Um, Point being that I now know people that are well known in the community, and I'm at a point. I guess I don't know how I ended up here, but I'm at a good position now where I think it's worth because I started an Instagram account as well last summer, last year. Got all my work here, part of my collection, some other collab posts. Even though I didn't paint them, you know, people wanted me to share their post, and my Godzilla stuff, and a bunch more. And it started with this, and then now you can see kind of uh, where it's why this guy plays a big part within the past year at least, past 8 months at least. But getting back to this, I've been doing a lot of self-reflecting on life and just what I want to do because I guess I'm at a point currently where I'm not fully sure what I want to do for the rest of my life. But thinking about it, what my gut, my heart, and my head tell me, is I should try doing YouTube. And it's something I already have some videos that I'm working on at the moment, getting edited and prepped up and ready to go. And I have plans for stuff I want to do. I mean, really, in reality, I'm going to post whatever I feel like, you know. um, Point being, right now I work in a kitchen job. Nothing wrong with it. It pays what I need, pays my bills. It's not going to pay me rent outside of the house. I pay rent in the house. Um, I'm fortunate to have it. I'm paying for a car. And, again, this job I'm working right now, restaurant job, pays for everything I need. But it's definitely not something I want to do my whole life. Now, mind you, there's good people. All the people I work with are really good. I can do the work. It's just obviously not a thing I want to do for my entire life, like I said. And I was thinking before YouTube, before I wanted to try this, is, electrician work, maybe heavy equipment operator, something along those lines. I just, not that I couldn't do those, but I don't feel like I would be happy doing those. I cannot see myself doing them for long term. Now, I could do them for short term, which I still might do just for experience while I try to grow this channel. And, yeah, those jobs, they can pay really well. They can pay extremely well if you do them right and you get enough experience. But it's not something I want to do. I'm a very artistic person, very creative, I think, anyways, to some extent. Not, to toot my own horn or anything like that. Just what I think, just in general. And I'd like to be successful, like anyone else. And I have goals, One of them is to make this channel successful, where it pays all my bills, pays for everything I need, a house. And if I can make that happen, that would be great. Now I just got to work my ass off for it, but that's like anything else in the world. So I'm hoping to make this work. And if future me is successful and is listening to this and comes back to this video, because I'll be posting this before anything else, I will be keeping up these 3 original videos because, oh boy, the first 2 are I don't talk, but this one right here with 7,000 views, by the way, I don't, it happened or whatever. I also have 124 subscribers at the base right now, so I guess a small jump start. But like I talk in this one, it's bad. So I don't remember how I even did it because I had an iMac then, not a proper PC, so I don't even know how I did that. But point being, I have goals, and I'd like to. I'll share a little bit. Just I want to go. I want to travel the world. Not crazy, but I'd like to have the option to go where I'd like to go, to be my own boss, I guess. That's with YouTube. I know YouTube now is kind of pretty crappy compared to what it was years ago, but you can still make it successful. And I just like to feel like I'm living life instead of going to a job 5 days a week and having 2 days off. Of course, YouTube, you got more freedom with that. You can still decide how many days you work. Obviously, it's more of like you work every day and stuff. And obviously, I'm not fully sure because I haven't properly done it yet. But point being, I think I'd be happier something that's a lot more flexible and where again I am more so the boss of what I do for work. And it gives me time to maybe actually start going to the gym. And not that I could do it now, it's just a mindset thing I have. Whereas if I'm working all day in the kitchen, and that kitchen work can be very difficult and it can tire you out, more so I guess coping or excuses, but then you don't feel like doing anything else. Like I can still paint and draw and work on videos and stuff after. But like, I don't feel like I have time to go exercise or go for walks, which I do. Part of me just decides not to, but also part of it is just working the job I'm at. And part of it is just a mental thing for me to figure out on my own. Um, I guess point being is I want to live life in a good way, I guess. And that's, I guess, everything. That's what everyone else wishes for and asks for and hopes to do. And I guess this is a message to myself, but also to anybody who watches this, that I hope that I support myself and that whoever watches this supports me and that I make my goals and dreams a reality because, I've seen Markiplier. I think Markiplier is kind of my final big inspiration to really give it a go. Um, I'll probably be a little inconsistent at first, but that's just my mind talking. However I post is however I'll post when I start. So, and we'll eventually get into the flow of things. So, currently 2:23 a.m. About to go to bed. I do have big stuff outside of YouTube already happening, which is cool. So, probably see that this weekend with a certain channel. But I don't know what I'll title this, but it'll be something. Maybe a single word, maybe a couple, who knows. But I guess getting back to future me, if you're watching this, that means you made it, did a great job, and you reached your goals, and you're reaching your future ones, and you're pushing them further. Keep following them. Keep it going, keep it real. Remember, everything happens for a reason. God is good. You know you'll find what you found. You'll be in a good place. Family, friends, all of it. You'll be doing what you love. Even if it's somehow not YouTube, even then, can find some way to make it in this world nowadays and age. That's all that matters to me, man. It matters to me, myself, and I, to future you. So, and then a big thank you to everyone that eventually follows, if you do. Um, but yeah, because life's too short, man. You only have it once, and yeah, expect, I guess, gaming on here. Hytale to Fossil Fighters, Bioshock, basically all the games I like, I'll be posting on here at one point or another, and maybe review stuff from my collection. I don't know. But we'll wait and see. It's really whatever, again, posting, making whatever I'm feeling is the title here. And to also grow my Instagram. I, because I don't really care when it comes to it's like, because I'm going to ramble a bit more than I thought I would be here, but part of it of also doing YouTube is money, of course. So I have a reliable source of income. And obviously with AI nowadays and stuff, yada, 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 but I'm not going to use any of that bullshit. Um, like, I'm doing YouTube and Instagram, I guess, simultaneously so people can see my art and my creations. And that's more so the primary payment I'd like to get from it. But obviously, the secondary primary payment is money itself. So, but I'd like to put my heart and soul into both these accounts, into both of them. Maybe get this to, who knows, 80 something thousand someday. Who knows, man? Get this to a big, beautiful 1 million subs. That'd be crazy. That would be insane. But those are goals. 1 million subscribers. We'll start with 100,000. We'll start with a little something, maybe just 1,000. We'll start there. 1,000 subscribers. We'll start there. We get there, do 10,000, and then 100,000, and we'll see where it goes from there. And this can just grow alongside it, and I'll still post here my art and stuff. But yeah, hopefully that's also why I was doing EOT, and I stayed with it for so long. I wasted time on that damn game, but the passion behind it was just to make people happy, to have people enjoy something you made and that you love. But now I can do that with what I'm doing with the Jurassic community and my art here and stuff. So I do commissions now for my Spinosaurs and anything else people want, and just letting people see art, because who knows, maybe it makes someone's day, man. And that's more so what's in it for me. I see that, I try not to have the mindset of, oh, the money's just a bonus, because I also need the money just to survive like anyone else. So, but yeah, hopefully you all give me a little subscription, little subscriber, get the account going, and we'll see what 2026 holds in the future beyond that. I got big things planned, and hoping it all works out. So, wish me luck, and future me. Again, keep it real. Don't forget, keep drinking water. So, and the next thing you'll probably see on this channel is my first series. So, that should be all set to go pretty soon within the next week, at least. Alrighty. See what the future holds.